mistakes have to be eliminated.
Great road record, 30-20 coming into this game. Second down for Riley. Looks back for Stamps. Got it! In stride. And a touchdown saving tackle by Brandon Smith. But Fred Stamps has another big Eskimo catch.
Just 2 catches for Stamps against primarily Brandon Smith in the Labor Day matchup. And Fred Stamps is the go-to guy when Riley starts to scramble. Stamps is going to just break off his route and the play call. He's a short crosser right to the right of your screen, and as soon as Mike Riley got in trouble, he tried to find number 2.
Back to White, who's running hard tonight in the early going. Take another look at Fred Stamps and his 22nd second down conversion catch, best in the league.
Great touch on the throw too, because Brandon Smith was very close, actually in the hip pocket of Stamps, who comes up with the catch anyway.
John White with 4 on first down. Will Stamps be the target again here? Eskimos have moved it down to the Calgary 24, but moved prematurely, and they'll have to march back 5.
Started the game on Monday, Stamps did, with an uncharacteristic drop on a deep ball. And then
offside. Edmonton number 4, 5-yard penalty. Still second down.
And then came back and had those 2 catches for 40 yards. And he was the target on that third down gamble to put Edmonton in field goal range to try and tie it. And Brandon Smith got the knockdown in what was a great matchup to watch on Monday.
7-year vet against 6-year defender. Stamps the leader in the league in receiving despite missing a game. So second and 10. White releases Riley in as he threw, and it falls short. Incomplete.
Mike Riley hit just as he delivers.
He's, in this game, taken fewer hits than we've seen in the past 4 or 5. And we haven't talked a lot about Charleston Hughes other than talk about what he did last week. But let's take a look at it. Is Hughes that gets through.
Micah Johnson, the defensive tackle, with pressure inside as well. And so Hugh O'Neill will come on to attempt a 35-yarder. 3 for 4 as an Eskimo. And he has missed that. The U of A product with a miss from 35, and the Eskimos will settle for 1. 7-1 Stampeders. Our league is brought to you by Nissan.
Tonight we introduce you to Eskimos 13th man Amanda Lekelt on September 28th. She'll celebrate her 100th birthday. Now, her only birthday request was tickets to tonight's game. She's been a passionate Eskimos fan since the 1950s. Tonight's game rekindles many fond memories of coming to the game with her husband on date night.
That's amazing stuff. There's a pass intercepted. Chris Thompson's got it. Levi Mitchell intercepted by Chris Thompson. And the Eskimos defense has its first pick since August the 2nd.
Not really a Calgary receiver all that close to Chris Thompson. And did the pressure in front of him just throw Levi Mitchell? Because you see Marquay McDaniel is about 10 yards away. Maurice Price is the guy running one-on-one on Chris Thompson, jams him up at the line, and then that ball just overthrown. Now possibly Maurice Price just broke off his route when he got jammed.
First interception thrown by Mitchell on the year. Thompson's got his second. And now Mike Riley to work over the middle. And it's Marcus Henry down inside the 10.
Looked like that ball got tipped in the line, but still found its way to Marcus Henry. Little play action, and it was tipped.
Concentration by Henry, and now White with a cutback, nifty run. Now near the 1-yard line. Well, this is the guy that was advertised, John White out of Utah, who set school records, over 1,500 yards rushing in his senior year. Career 14 100-yard rushing games. Only 97 yards coming in, but 8 for 50 here midway through the second quarter.
This could be interesting too, Chris. In this situation, throughout the first half of the season, Kerry Joseph has come in short yardage. You see Kavis Reed talking to offensive coordinator Doug Sams right now. And there has been a change up in how they will call some of the critical plays in the game. Part of their general manager Ed Hervey's press conference on Tuesday, when Hervey called out Simeon Rotier, as Ryan Rashog mentioned in the first quarter. But he also talked about some critical play calling, and that while it's business as usual for the most part in the game, which means Doug Sams will communicate with Mike Riley, that he wanted Kavis Reed more involved, and Kavis Reed will call some more of the critical plays, and this would be one of them.
Keon Raymond injured and being helped to the sidelines, the Stampeder strong side linebacker. One of the veteran leaders on the Stampeders has to go to the sidelines.
And they're leaving Riley in there.
And almost consistently this year from inside the 3, it's been Kerry Joseph. Second down, John White, hand off, and White is in for the touchdown.
Commit to the run. Will help you in protection. Gets the Edmonton Eskimos their first major score of the night.
First rushing touchdown for White, who had a receiving touchdown on Monday.
Now I could hear some of the skeptical Edmonton fans suggesting that the shotgun may not be the best position for this down on the goal line, the 1 yard line, but when it works, it's a good call.
And O'Neill, the extra point that gives the Eskimos their first lead against Calgary in 4 games between the two teams. Odell Willis with congratulations for John White.
Well, I was wondering about this shotgun formation on the 1 yard line, but with Mike Riley in the game, it gives Edmonton the option to throw the football out of that position, and it keeps that Calgary defense guessing a little bit.
Also gives him the ride and decide option.
That's right. Sometimes all you need is a half-second hesitation from the defensive line.
Mom, I love you. Love you, Dad. Love you, Khalees. New baby boy. Love you, Mariah. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
White
Let's
with
go.
an impact in place of the injured Hugh Charles, who misses his second consecutive game.
Let's go. We're eating,
Fired up
baby.
on
Let's
that green and
go.
gold sideline.
Scavengers, baby. Let's go. I see you back at home, baby.
You have to believe with what we heard yesterday that Kavis Reed made that call, that he will be making some of the critical calls in the game offensively.
Shaw the boot. Larry Taylor the return. And up across the 30 for Taylor. Corbin Sharunin on the tackle, and see how Bo Levi Mitchell bounces back after his first interception of the year.
And this, Chris, it's a good point, because it's the first time that Bo Levi Mitchell in his young career has had to bounce back from throwing an interception, try and get that out of his mind so he doesn't second guess and hold the ball a little bit too long in this series. Often that's what young quarterbacks will do after a pick.
Well, both teams have scored off turnovers in the game, or after turnovers. Back into the hands of Cornish. Plowing up near the 39, or a Massion helps take him down. An intriguing sidebar story this week. Cornish suggested that Edmonton players had been told that he was boasting he'd rush for 200 on Labor Day, something he said he never stated, and accused Kavis Reed of throwing that out there to get his team charged up. Reed said he didn't say anything of the sort. Second and short. Might run for 200 here. down to the 41.
It looks like the John Cornish that we're used to watching tonight. And maybe just needed that one game again to get that game speed. But boy, he accelerates through the hole like very few backs. He's got that low body angle, and that small cut right at the line of scrimmage bounces him and puts Rennie Curran in a chase position.
7th carry of 20 plus for him this year, 29, and averaging 9 in the game when he was just over 3 last week. Big pitch to Walter, and instead it's Sinopoli, and he'll get dragged down by Joe Burnett.
Second to Maurice Price on Monday, receiving with 5 catches for 80 yards for Brad Sinopoli.
Looks like he's played receiver most of his career, doesn't he?
Yeah, I mean, a nice big target. Understands route running because of his experience as a quarterback and route combinations, so he can work in tandem with any one of the receivers for Calgary and put together some nice numbers as a receiver, and is still the 4th and emergency quarterback should Calgary need him. Took some snaps this week at the quarterback spot.
Got 7, 2nd and 3, and the big fly sweep to Price, and Cornish dragged down. Any flag?
Matza Munoz got there quickly. It looked a half step too quickly.
Yeah. I think the Eskimos got away with one here.
Well, let's take a look one more time. He's lined up at the middle linebacker spot, matched up on Cornish, so he's got him in man. He steps to the right where he picks him up underneath, and that was a little bit too soon, but they got away with it. And that's been called before on that push from Marcus Howard as well.
So here's Rennie Paredes to come in and try and give Calgary the lead once again, and he does. Nearly perfect on the year. Now 27 of 28 to put the Stampeders back in front.
Played a nice draw on that one. Looked like that was wide off his foot, and then it just sort of curved in there nicely.
Sound like you've got a little golfer's envy there.
Yeah. Mine don't go that way.
And
if there's a lake, I'll find it.
3 for 3 last week, including his